Hello friends, today we are going to learn about physical and chemical changes, a chapter of class 7th. So first of all, we should go with the definition of physical and chemical change. Now basically what is physical change? Physical change is any change in a substance it is a reversible change first of all, and second of all it is completed within solid, liquid and gases. Physical change is a change where the properties of substance doesn't change, only the physical behavior changes. Now I'll give you an example. Suppose there is an ice cube. If you have put it out in open air or in a hot environment, you will be finding it after some time it becomes water, right? So basically this is a physical change because ice is converting into water, and if I again put that water into a freezer, then I'll be finding it in the form of ice itself. So this is a physical change and this is a reversible change. Alright, now we are going to learn about chemical change. What is chemical change? Now chemical change is any kind of change which changes the property of the substance as well as sometimes physical and chemical behavior, and it is a non-reversible case, and exceptional cases are always there. It is also reversible in some cases, but generally it is a non-reversible change. Alright, so in chemical change there are two type of things which happen. Okay, first of all, I'll give you an example of chemical change. You must have seen magnesium ribbon. You must have seen in your experiments that if you burn a magnesium ribbon, you will be finding white flames, right? Now, that is a chemical change, alright? Because once you burn a strip of magnesium, you won't be able to get a new strip out of the ashes which you have produced right now due to burning of the strip, alright? So, this is a chemical change. Now, we are going to learn about what is exothermic and endothermic. It comes with with parallel to chemical change, exothermic and endothermic reactions. Basically what happens if there is a chemical change, either it is going to give out heat or either it is going to absorb heat. If it is going to give out heat, then it is going to become hotter. So this is known as exothermic. It is giving out heat. Exo, alright. So exothermic reactions are those reactions in which heat is given out. And what is endothermic? Now basically if it absorbs heat, then it is going to be a cold object because it is absorbing heat. Alright, so this is known as endothermic. Alright, so in chemical changes there are only two type of reactions, either exothermic or endothermic. So basically exothermic are those reactions in which heat is given out, and endothermic are those reactions in which heat is absorbed by the substance. Now we are going to learn about types of chemical changes. Now how chemical changes occur, like we have talked about the properties of a substance changes, but what kind of properties does it change? Because most of that what we have learned is there are only most of us know that properties are solid, liquid, gas. This is one of the property, but we should learn that which other properties does chemical change changes. Now basically we should come on this topic. So first of all, color change. If there is a substance, let's take an example. You are having litmus paper, as we have learned in previous class, that if I put a blue litmus paper into acid, then I will be finding that blue litmus into red color. So basically this is a chemical change because due to chemical reactions the blue litmus has turned into red. So this is a color change. We can find it. Odor change. Now there is a odor change in substance, like you'll learn in future classes about the soap formula. Okay, so there is odor change. So basically if there is any kind of odor change in the substance, then it is also known as chemical change. After that, change in temperature. Now basically if the temperature of the substance changes, as I have told you, there are two type of changes which happen, exothermic or endothermic. So basically any kind of change which happens is if there is any slight change in temperature, then it is also considered into chemical changes. Production of gases or solids. As I have told you, if I burn a strip of magnesium, I will be finding some fumes also coming out of it. So basically it is also considered into a chemical change, production of gases or solids. Precipitate. Now what is precipitate? if I have a reaction between say for example two liquids, and one liquid, if I mix two chemicals together and I find solid substance resting on the bed of the beaker, then I'll be finding what I'll call those solid substance is precipitate. Okay, so basically it is also considered into chemical changes. Now rusting of iron. What is rusting of iron? You must have seen on the old houses, you must have seen the main gate. It becomes brownish in color, because if it is an iron gate, then it is in brownish in color. Sometimes you will be finding some rods, the steel rod, iron rods laying at the construction site. You will be finding that it is of brownish color. But what was its color earlier? Earlier it was of dark silver color. All right. So basically what happened, that it changed the color into brown. Okay, so this is known as rusting. Now basically what is rusting? If iron comes in contact with moisture and oxygen, then it forms rust. It eats away the metal. Now oxygen and moisture, both of them combine with iron and they form rust. Okay, so basically rust is a powderish reddish form powder which is formed. Now basically iron is a solid material. If rust is formed, then it weakens out. So basically if I am having a rusted iron, if I am having a 100% rusted iron, and if I am holding it like this, and even if I push my hand towards each other, I'll be finding that iron is shattered into powder. Alright, so not into totally powder, but you will be finding some big thick pieces, they are shattering away. Okay, alright, so basically this is rusting of iron. What happens is a substance iron combines with oxygen and water and forms rust, which eats away, which changes the chemical and physical properties of iron, the strength of iron, and the main use of iron is just due to strength, and it already changes the strength of iron. So basically this comes under rusting. Rusting is a process where moisture and oxygen combines with each other and then they form rust, which changes the chemical and physical property of iron. Okay, now prevention from rusting. How can we prevent an iron from rusting? As I have told you, it comes in contact with oxygen and moisture, right? So what if I can break the contact of oxygen and moisture with iron? Now basically if I have to break the contact of oxygen and moisture with iron, what I have to do is I have to keep it in vacuum. If we'll go in that direction, right, because you won't be finding any oxygen and you won't be finding any moisture, but that is not possible, and we are going to use it in our industrial area and it is used in day-to-day life. So how can we break the contact of oxygen and iron? So basically oxygen and moisture with iron. So basically what we can do is we can do galvanization. Galvanization is a process in which we are going to coat the iron with another metal. For example, let's say aluminium, because aluminium does not form rust. It forms aluminium oxide, but it does not form rust, and aluminium oxide is not damaged. Alright. So it can be coated with aluminium. So what will happen if I coat it with aluminium? Then there will be prevention of rust. Even I can paint the iron metal. If I paint an iron metal, I am going to break the contact of the moisture and oxygen from iron, and it is going to prevent rust. But if my paint comes out, if I peel out my paint, or if it comes out after some time, then I will be finding the rust have started forming it in the moisture season, or if there is moisture and oxygen around it. Thank you everyone. I hope this is you have understood everything. Thank you very much.